Sitting with me right now, the CEO of Free Me Wildlife, Wade Whitehead, as well as Tammy Caine, who is not just to finances, but apparently also a raptor specialist. And Wade, not only the CEO of Free Me Wildlife, but also a small carnivore specialist. You two, welcome to Plays It In.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
I'm so excited to have you here. So I heard about Free Me Wildlife a little while ago, and then I'm very excited. I'm going to be coming and speaking with you at the end of this month at the event that's happening Hillside.
Yes.
But I thought instead of me just finding out about Free Me Wildlife and what you do, I want everyone to find out exactly what it is that you do. So we're going to talk about Free Me Wildlife, but then I also want to talk about the fact that we have got a raptor and a small carnivore specialist and what that even means. So let's just start, first of all, Wade, with you. Free Me Wildlife, what is it? What does it do? How did it start?
Right, so Free Me Wildlife started many years ago. 2007 is when we started, by a fantastic lady by the name of Adele Milan. She had a vision for the Midlands of KwaZulu-Natal and opening up a rehab centre there. Sad news, when she was leaving Johannesburg to open up that centre on the same day, she died in a traffic accident.
What?
So never lived through to see the dream realised.
Literally on the day she was...
On the day. Yeah, sad. So we hope that what we've achieved up until this point is her dream come true. So she was the original start of Free Me Wildlife, and it's been going since 2007. I came in 2016, so it's my 11th year there as CEO.
Wow.
Having an absolute ball. We've taken a non-profit organisation, we've given it an international recognition. We are recognised as one of the best rehab centres in Southern Africa.
Sure.
And we are a specialised facility in the sense that what Free Me Wildlife does is professional, science-based wildlife rehabilitation, as opposed to what? Well, as opposed to emotional-based rehabilitation.
Explain.
Very different. So a lot of rehab centres are based on emotion. So you get a lot of people who want to go and rescue animals because they feel sorry for them.
Because of shame. Yeah. Shame, the poor beautiful owl.
Yeah. And then the other danger you have with things like that is people start petting and taming wildlife. And now what is the objective? So you've lost the plot.
Because I want a vervet monkey that I can touch and play with at home.
Exactly. And of course it brings money in when you bring volunteers in who can also play with these things. So now you have a totally different thing. It's no longer a professional science-based wildlife rehabilitation. And how we
Now it's
see
a petting farm.
Correct. We are funded by the public. We're a non-profit organisation. So when public give us funding to do a specific job, we are then accountable and responsible to follow that through. So if they're a fly on the wall and they watch what we do with their funding, they should be happy to see what the outcome is. And I really believe that it is professional, science-based wildlife rehabilitation and returning wildlife to the wild where they belong as wild animals, uncorrupted by humans.
Well, this is what I'm seeing, and I love this. It says, Free Me Wildlife, as you said, founded in 2007, KZN Midlands, admits over 2,000 patients a year with a strict hands-off approach.
That's it.
At Free Me Wildlife, we do no taming, no petting, and no habituating patients.
Correct. Absolutely spot on.
That's
how it should be done. So it's a very different concept. If you're on a farm and you find a little animal at your game farm and you start making it tame and so on, totally different concept. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're a public facility and you serve the communities of KwaZulu-Natal, we're a service business, basically. And when you serve, you've got to be a value-adding service. So with the funding you receive from the public, you've got to be responsible and accountable to what you do with that funding. That's what we believe.
So what is like the every kind of an everyday day at Free Me Wildlife like? Because is this someone, like an animal's been run over, you get a call? Or what is it exactly that Free Me is doing?
Well, I'm going to start with saying unpredictable is basically the name of the game.
Okay, so an everyday day is a day that we could never know what's about to happen.
It's 100% because, yes, there's certain structures in place. Obviously, all the animals in care have to be fed at certain times. Enclosures have to be locked, unlocked.
How many animals are in care at the moment if you had to guess?
So we average about 50 at any time.
Sure.
Yeah.
From what size to what size?
From teeny tiny, so little things like field mice that come in, right up to antelope species, servals. So
antelopes?
Yes.
Do you even get antelopes here?
Yeah.
What? I want to feel like an antelope is something American. I'm thinking like a moose.
No, they call these deer.
Oh! Okay, hold on. And not to sound like I don't love all animals, but who is bringing in a tiny, tiny field mouse? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's...
People who care.
Yeah, and then what do you do with the field mouse?
We do with it what we would do with any animal. We have a look at it, we admit it, depending on its age. We put it on a treatment plan, a feeding plan, we raise it.
I have a
release it.
question. It's not going to be a popular question, but let's say
Yes.
you're also rehabilitating a snake
Yes.
Yeah.
or an owl,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get a field mouse in,
Yes.
and
No, he doesn't become food.
Unless he dies.
Yeah.
so you don't do live feedings.
No. We don't do live feeding. So,
Yeah, contrary to popular belief.
I mean, I'm sorry about that question, but
No,
I mean,
of course.
yeah.
No, it's a great question because a lot of people ask that question. So all the wildlife we release, none need to be fed live animals to ensure that they survive in the wild.
Oh,
It's a misperception that people have.
really? Is
and
it a myth that animals have to have live
Correct.
certain things?
Correct. There's many techniques we've worked out over the years that worked perfectly well. And people say, oh, well, how do you know it works? Well, we collar animals post-release. We trace them, track them through satellite tracking, and we know that the processes we at Free Me Wildlife use work beautifully.
Wow.
The only time you can claim a success, by the way, with rehabilitated animals, everyone puts it on social media. They open the door.
And it leaves.
Everyone shouts,
Yay!
claps, success. Absolute rubbish. So how do you know it's a success? They have to integrate with their own species in the wild and breed, and that can take up to 2 years after release, 3 years after release, depending on the species. Then you tick it off. Now the challenge here is, because it's really expensive and difficult, is how do you monitor animals post-release?
Yeah.
Because that's where your results lie in rehabilitation, not on the opening of the crate door on release day. So totally different concept to what people think is happening here.
And so you know that your releases, your rehabilitation is working.
Absolutely.
yes. And in fact, there's just one story I want to share.
Please
on this
do.
exact concept. We had 2 servals that went for what we call a soft release. It's a more gentle introduction to the wild at Tula Tula. So they were in a boma for 6 months, and then the gate gets opened. And we were filming the servals coming out. And the female was walking out the gate. A little Ottomus flay rat dashed across in front of her and whoop, grabbed it.
No ways.
Literally in her mouth. So she
On the
didn't even
release?
blink. Yes. And now that's a cat we never fed any kind of live prey to. Her hunting instincts were completely intact. Her responses were excellent.
Huh.
Grabbed it, walked off with it in her mouth.
I heard, is there a new development underway?
There is.
Yes.
Zululand?
Yes.
May I ask about that?
Very exciting. Yes. So it's on a property that is owned by Wild Tomorrow, and they kindly have given us a portion there, a nice 10-hectare piece. So it's really big.
Wow.
It's about 5 times the size of the one we have up in the Midlands. And we are currently developing it. So it's been fenced off. We've had fantastic sponsorships. We've had G2 Quarrystone from Afrimat sponsored Shishlui. We've had concrete for our water tank systems. We've had 60,000 litres water tanks sponsored by Eco Tanks.
Wow.
We've had piping
Wow.
from Caesar Bum to piping systems, already 2.5 kilometers of piping. So it's on the go. It's moving. It's not open yet. We're aiming for the end of the year. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, we're looking for more sponsorships, people to get involved. So if anyone out there is interested, contact us. But yes, it's going to be fantastic. It'll service the whole of the Zululand region as well.
So now when we think Zululand, obviously when we think Midlands, we're talking about, like you said, cervits, and we're talking about like birds and mice and whatnot. When we talk Zululand, we're getting to Big Five country.
Yeah.
So are you equipped to deal with bigger things than an antelope?
Not currently, but we absolutely
But
will.
so the Zululand,
Remember, that's a very important thing. We are not competing with current centres that are open there. There are people who are hand raising and doing rhinos and that kind of thing. So it's not about competing. We focus on the species everyone else is ignoring. That's what we specialize in.
Oh.
So yes, we can do the other things, but we're focusing on all the small stuff. And people don't know much about them. So that's what our focus is.
And I just wanted to, okay, so I'm just thinking about the Zululand one again. So this is someone's going, oh, there's a little lion that's been found.
Yes.
Will that come through you, or will that go maybe, to the Manyoni space, or in like, how are you going to be in the Zululand
It can
space?
absolutely come through us. Yeah, even the Midlands Centre. So just to give you an idea, we've had over the last few years, we've been had tigers come through. So
Where does a tiger come from?
Illegal trade.
Seriously?
Yeah.
How big was the tiger? Was it
So
a baby
you're-
still?
4-month-old.
Yeah.
So
So
quite
a cub,
toughie.
but a big cub.
No, because how did a tiger get you? Seriously.
Yeah.
Confiscation case. So somebody had brought it into KZN illegally.
But how?
Exactly.
What do
those
you
are the
do? You
questions.
fly with it or what?
No, it's
What, we
crazy.
just drove it over a border somewhere.
But from where? Where are there tigers here?
Well, there are breeding farms,
Breeding
unfortunately,
farms,
in South
yeah.
Africa as well.
No
I mean, there were
ways.
tiger cubs confiscated just outside Westville not long ago.
Tiger cubs in Westville.
Yes, they were.
No, they were lions.
Sorry, lion
Lion
cubs.
cubs.
Lion cubs. in
So
Westville.
ligers.
The tiger was in Pietermaritzburg
Yeah.
in the backyard. So
Wow.
I know, what the hell?
crazy. But what people don't know, so Freely Wildlife, although we do wildlife rehabilitation, we do many more aspects to it. So we are involved in wildlife crimes on quite a large scale.
Hey.
That sounds wrong. We're not involved in wildlife.
No. I know what you mean.
Yeah, yeah,
We're just over here. We're just involved in a lot of wildlife crime. Sorry, I got my bag of horn here. If anyone's interested, I know what you mean. You're
Support base.
Yes.
We're a huge support base for the
For
conservation authorities, for SAPs. When they have confiscation cases on poached animals, we do the necropsies for them professionally for court cases. And that's a service we offer free of charge. So we have the expertise, and that's what we do. We deliver, and we are a service to the communities. Very important. They've won all their court cases so far that we've done.
Really?
Correct, yeah.
And I want to get to what you two also do individually behind the scenes, but is this a job or is this a volunteer basis?
No, this is a job, but saying that, it's an all-consuming.
I can only imagine.
It's a calling. It's a calling. It's not something your average Joe would.
How does someone become one of you? Like if someone's listening and they're like, this is exactly my calling, it's like when I was in school, I went to Crow to help out there and I do this and now this is exactly, what would one study to come and work with Free Me, or how does one get involved with Free Me?
So unfortunately, there's no actual qualification for wildlife rehabilitation in South Africa.
What?
Which is why we started a 3-month intensive wildlife rehabilitation course to teach people how to do wildlife rehabilitation.
way we
do you really?
Yes. So currently it's the only intense focused wildlife rehabilitation course in South Africa. So it's not just like a little add-on like some places have. This is to do wildlife rehabilitation.
3 months.
3
Hands
months.
on.
And
Hands-on.
it's like 7 days a week.
Correct.
5 days. Well, we don't want to kill our students. It's,
Okay.
5 days.
5 days a week, your normal full day. And do you know the cost offhand?
Yeah, it's just under 40,000 Rand.
That is incredible for 3 months.
Yes, and that includes the accommodation on site. They stay with us on site in the cabins. They work hands-on as part of the team, learning every aspect of wildlife rehabilitation.
What are the chances after the 3 months? I've passed now. I've done what I needed to do. If any exams you needed me to do, I've passed.
Yeah.
What are the chances I could be placed with you?
So yes, we take
Good.
our good students. We offer them internships. And they paid internships.
Oh, wow.
And then if we really like them, we've actually been hiring our staff from the student program.
Gosh, that's incredible.
Yeah. So we train them up ourselves, and we know what they're all about by the end of their course.
Because it's one thing to have a student that's good, as in, well done, you can follow an instruction, but you've got to look at the personalities, how they
Correct.
work along with the team, not just with the animal.
Absolutely.
Because animal people are sometimes not great people.
Exactly.
And so
we
you've
have
got to be able
have-
to step
Yeah.
So here's the interesting thing. Freely Wildlife, we often ask people, what do you think we're about? Oh, you're about wildlife, it's free. No, we're all about people.
Yes.
All about people. That's what we're about.
Well, wildlife wouldn't mostly have to be rehabilitated if it
Correct.
wasn't for people, isn't it?
Exactly.
That's it.
Spot on.
So-
So people are the reason wildlife
We're the one breaking it.
rehabilitation.
That's it.
People support us. And then we have people working there. And we're dealing with the public all the time. So you have to have good people skills.
Got to have. And communication, good people skills. And you often ask people, why do they go into wildlife rehab or working with animals? Because we don't like people.
Wrong feeling.
They're
That's
wrong.
the wrong thing to say.
Exactly.
We want people who love people, because wildlife is the vehicle we use to touch people's lives.
Well, look, the other thing that you've used to touch people's lives, and this is where my CEO, Fiona, who you met outside, this is why she loves you guys, is apparently you launched a Serval Cabernet Sauvignon.
We did.
You did. It says with Highgate Wine Estate.
That's
Yes.
it.
So, that's how you know people love people. Funds going to this brand new expansion. And apparently there were 30 bottles. They all sold out at the launch.
Yes.
Yes. Just
Fantastic.
Bloody hell!
But
So
that's
now you're
not all.
winemakers too.
That's not all. That's just the red wine. So the
got a
white
white
wine is on
coming.
its way. They're bottling it at the moment as we speak. So we're going to have the white and the red wine together, and you can get these online, of course. Yeah.
And then so now you've got and all the money is going to the expansion, going to helping with the
Yes.
This
absolutely.
is excellent.
Everything we
man.
raise goes to the work Freemy does.
Yeah.
And then obviously we've got the Legacy Gala. That's the big fundraiser that I'm going to be at.
That's
Yes, very exciting.
Happening
Coming
at
up.
the end of this month.
Get a dress all smart. Yes.
And is I know that's really exciting for all of us to finally have a night to put on like a proper.
Yes.
I think it was Louise. She was like, it's kind of like black tie, and I was like, so you mean
Yeah.
no sneakers?
It's got to be smart.
You got to
Yes.
dress up.
Yeah, get the opportunity to dress up.
Tell me, have you
really
got
smart.
what you're wearing already?
Oh no, this is a difficult one.
Because I also don't have what I'm wearing yet.
Yeah. So my sister very kindly's ordered a whole lot of dresses that we've got to try
Okay,
on
okay.
and see. And, so it's going to be one of those kind of girly.
There's
days.
a place here called Closet Revolve that it's like I don't call it secondhand, but
Yes.
it's really beautiful dresses and stuff that you can just hire for a night. I think I'm going to have to do one of those because
That's a good idea because you don't want to buy something expensive then it sits in the closet.
And I just
You
don't think
get
yoga
opportunity.
wear is going to cut it. You know.
No, I think it's going to be slightly smarter than that.
Slightly. Behind the scenes, you two are also animal experts. We've got small carnivores. What are small? I mean, I understand a small carnivore means a little thing that eats meat.
Yeah.
But so what is a little thing that eats
So-
meat? How little is little?
Basically, you're looking at anything from caracal, or what people know as the lynx. But,
So that's the bigger side of.
yeah, that's the biggest side of the small carnivores. I would say that's your benchmark. So anything smaller than that is kind of classified as a small carnivore.
What's the
So
tiniest carnivore?
What's the tiniest carnivore? The really cool one
Yeah.
is the little striped weasel. They're
How-
brilliant.
And how
Yeah.
small are they?
Well, I can show you with my fingers.
So if you're on
With a
TikTok, you're
tail.
seeing that's about 30 centimeters with a tail.
Yeah.
Beautiful little creatures, but they are rodent specialists. They are amazing. And they're also known for the longest copulation of any mammal species.
What you talking about?
60 minutes. It's amazing.
That's what we need. That's the kind of positivity that our small carnivores need to be bringing to us.
There you go, setting the example.
A nice long session over there, hey? Excellent.
Yeah. So, I mean, from caracal, you got your servals, you got your African wildcats. Yes, we have pure African wildcats in KwaZulu-Natal. It's amazing.
Really?
We actually genetically test them. We release them back into the wild. Beautiful animals. You've got your side-striped jackals, your black-backed jackals. You've got your Cape foxes. Yes, KZN is Cape foxes. It's amazing. We've had
It's in the wild?
Yes.
Yeah.
So sort of the more western side, northwestern side, ladies from those areas.
Hold on, wait. So you're telling me that someone sat and timed how long every little.
on about the
I'm
weed.
still going on.
It wasn't me.
I'm just you telling me. Everyone they were like, all right, these two are about to make some sweet, sweet carnivore love, and go.
So interestingly, between them and the striped polecat, so you get a striped weasel and a striped polecat. Two
So
different
the polecat,
animals.
she does a dance first.
Yeah, there you go.
On the pole.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're also known for very long copulation periods. It's very interesting. So the two of them kind of are neck and neck with this whole thing.
Interesting, neck and
Yeah.
neck, and I see what you did there. And then you're with raptors.
Yes.
Like, so those are the birds of prey.
Yes, birds of prey. Yeah.
Do you have to wear those gloves? Oh, you don't do any touching?
I used to do that because that's how I started, was actually doing captive management and displays, flying displays, talking to people, flying the birds.
What's the biggest bird you've ever worked with?
Well, myself, a fish eagle.
I thought you were saying myself. I was like, you are a big bird.
I'm thinking
You're a beautiful bird.
No, so when I mean that, I've worked with other trainers
Yes.
who've been working with bigger birds, but I haven't been primary trainer. So probably the biggest bird of prey I've held on a glove was a martial eagle.
And aren't those like over a meter tall? Like they're big.
And it was a female. So in the bird of prey world, the females are actually bigger than the males.
Yes, they are.
So she was.
Yes, they
my
are.
My hand after a while was actually shaking from trying to
the
hold
weight.
this bird's weight. Yeah, she was massive. But as I say,
That
that's
must be
not
so
one I
cool.
worked with myself.
No, but for us, if you're even just in the same vicinity, that for us is working with it.
Okay, all right, I'll claim it.
Yeah,
I
of
have
course,
it on my
yes.
glove. I even have a picture to prove it. So
And I saw somewhere here that, and let me just double check if it's correct, that we have got in KZN, we are home to about 450 endangered terrestrial, plant, and animal species. Is
Yes.
that also correct?
that's correct.
We're amazing.
We are. Absolutely. And people don't even know it.
Well, it's a little bit of a worrying thing because also we rank 20th in the countries with the most endangered species in the world. It's not really a list I think we should
We don't wanna
proud
be
of.
on.
No, we
Yeah.
don't want to be on that list. So, but talking about things like the rhinos and stuff like that, and Wade saying we complement what other people are doing.
Yeah.
If you think about that many species that are endangered, it's not just the rhinos are great, I understand that, but it's not just rhinos that are
No,
endangered.
of course.
So that is why for us, coming in with the smaller species was just as as important from an ecological point
We
of
need
view.
whoever's doing the PR for the rhinos to get involved with the rest of the animals
Well,
too.
it's a hard
you know.
sell. You know, rhinos are a sexy species. Everyone loves them. Everyone wants to be but you go and take a tortoise. Try and sell a tortoise in the sense of we need funding for a tortoise's
I love
rehabilitation.
a tortoise.
It doesn't work. They're not a sexy species.
Even the
Yeah,
pangolins,
yeah.
hey, the pangolins, man, they're
Yeah.
having a rough time, and they just
There are
d-
so many other species that are even more endangered than these rhinos and pangolins and things that people are ignoring or just don't know about because they're just not seen, they're not showcased. That's what we're focusing on. Yeah.
Or you have things like vultures where people go, oh, who wants to save an ugly bird like that? And yet they're so critically important in any ecosystem.
I know they are our cleaners.
They're
eh?
the cleaners. They're the ones who prevent diseases transferring. So next thing you have rabies epidemics breaking out and everybody doesn't understand where the source is. It's because those diseases are not nipped in the bud, basically, by the very creatures in the ecosystem.
See,
that do
humans,
the
hey.
job.
This is why we can't have nice things. We're the problem.
Yeah, there you
We're
go.
the problem.
Yeah.
If someone wants to get hold of Free Me, what either they're like, we want this to be the place that we give our extra money to, or I really want to get involved. I want to come and do the course, or just I want to help out, or just I know you're doing building and I've got
Yeah.
this I can help with.
Yeah.
How does someone get hold of you? And just to make any contact and find out any more information.
I think the best place to look is the website, so freemewildlife.org, because everything is on the website,
Okay.
including the different projects. All our contact details are there as well. Everything on the course is also there, so if they want to get hold of us,
Brilliant,
that.
brilliant.
And then there's all the different ways people can support. And of course, there's the tax benefit as well through Section 89.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course, yes.
So I would say the website's the best place to go to. All the information is there.
Whitehead and Tammy, it's already 9:33. I can't believe how quickly this has gone. But I want to say thank you for what you do. Thank you for shining the light on this and upwards and onwards from here. I hope
you.
that the rehabilitation center gets less and less and less patients.
We hope so too.
That's
more
what
and
we're
more.
aiming for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So very shortly we can make the new one in Zululand just another place for people to come and stay. Yeah, just another accommodation.
Yeah.
That would be great.
That would be great.
That would be.
It's freemewildlife.org. Go and have a look online right now. Any questions, you can just ask Wade or ask Tammy, and I will see you guys at the end of the month.
Yes.
I can't wait to see you looking
Exciting.
all pretty there, Wade. You're going to look pretty for me.
You're going to see me totally different.
Oh, I can't wait. This
Yeah.
is Plays It In.